Meanwhile, on the 36th floor, Wild Sonichu continues to search the building. Insert Henry Mancini's Pink Panther theme. As he sneaks into a hallway, we overhear Sonichu in the elevator. What card game is that from? Wild uses the Sonichu ball to find the room with the missing ball inside, and he approaches it. Locked, he thinks, as the doorknob refuses to budge. He produces one of his razor leads and slides it between the door and the jamb, cutting through the deadbolt. Wild reaches for the safe inside the room, then notices that the Sonichu ball is simply sitting on top of a dresser. He picks up the blue Sonichu ball, only to find that his invisibility has worn off. Shoot, thinks Wild, the crystal's power have overridden my conversion. Desperate, he attempts to contact Magi-chan telepathically. Magi-chan, do you read me? Magi-chan, respond, over. Dang, there must be some kind of force field blocking psychic links. I gotta get out of here without being spotted. Holding the two Sonichu balls in his hands, Wild commands them with his mind. Legendary crystals, rest your power in my arms and remain dormant. With effort, his command takes effect, and the Sonichu balls absorb inside Wild's arms. 72nd floor, 2 p.m. Sonichu and Rosachu approach a cloaked figure in the spacious, empty room. At his side is a woman on a leash. Visitors, welcome to my heck, he says. I am Jason Kendrick Howell, a 20-year-old troll who offers only slanderous mockeries. And this is my minoree, 17-year-old woman, Kathleen Nicole Wallace. Everything I do with this woman is absolutely illegal within these 50 states. You two are here to talk about the Chris-chan page on my 4-cent garbage website. Sonichu and Rosachu look to each other and nod. Mm-hmm, says Sonichu. Mm-hmm, says Rosachu. Yes, sir, my loving, caring sweetheart and I have come to discuss the web page in question, says Sonichu. We humbly request that it would be removed from the internet for good. For you are not just dragging Christian Weston Chandler's name in the mud, you also drag the American hopes and dreams and ideas of the majority of these great, humble United States of America along with him. You've had your laughs, but ask yourself, is it really worth it to continue on with these slanders that drags the names of the good people within this country that was founded with love and peace within it, that those before us have fought valiantly to withhold, that I was born and raised under the old glory that is the red, white, and blue? As Sonichu speaks, Rosachu takes hold of his arm in loving admiration. In my humble answer, says Sonichu, I say nay. What is your answer, Mr. Howell? I'd say you are a sap, replies Jason. I am a troll with no such beliefs. I know that we are born, then we die. I intend to make the most of my pitiful life by tormenting every person within my grasp until they all die from the shame and the distress of their existence. The page will stay up. This meeting is over. What'd you say? growls Sonichu. Enraged, Sonichu attacks Jason with a powerful blast of electricity, but Jason calmly deflects the attack with a force field from his hand. Sonichu charges Jason with his blinding speed. Ah! He shouts, throwing a punch. But he finds himself frozen in midair, suspended by Jason's telekinetic power, his fist inches from Jason's hooded face. Rosachu looks on in horror as Jason raises Sonichu into the air and flings him across the room. Whoa! Says Sonichu. Rosachu holds out her hands to catch him, and he lands with a thump into her arms. Sonichu? She asks, cradling him in her arms. Are you all right? Sonichu? Sonichu? Sonichu mumbles. What? Asks Rosachu. My angel was right on time, Sonichu says wearily, to catch my home run. Ah, says Rosachu, hugging him. Helping him to his feet, Rosachu turns the lead. Sonichu, let's go, she says. There's no reasoning with that jerk. But, protests Sonichu. Forgiveness, she says, just like Joseph taught us. They leave, arm in arm, and Sonichu takes one last bitter look at the villain who has humbled him so completely. I wish to pause for a moment to elaborate a from-behind hug between Sonichu and Rosachu. As pictured in Figure 1, for either one, his/her spikes are somewhat flexible, to be bent in towards the owner's body. And, as shown in Figure 2, the other's body is capable of pushing the spikes inward towards the owner, thus not, in any manner or form, able to hurt the hugger's body. Also, the skin for both Sonichus and Rosachus under their fur is leather tough. Thank you for reading. On the 36th floor, Wild Sonichu clings to the ceiling to sneak out of the room, and uses his vine line to snare a nearby wall. Clinging to the main column at the center of the building, Wild climbs out and drops to the ground floor. On the 72nd floor, Jason taunts the hedgehogs as they leave. That's right, Rosachu. Go, he says. Go and play with your pickle. Adding injury to insult, he throws a pickle at the two, hitting Rosachu on the back of her head. Overcome with rage, Rosachu kneels down to pick up the pickle and crushes it in half in her fist. Seething with fury, Rosachu's eyes turn blood red, and a crimson aura of rage surrounds her body. She glares menacingly at the shadowy Jason, while a confused Sonichu looks on. Sonichu, she says, unzipping her shoes, get ready to fetch my clothes. Sure, says Sonichu. Rosachu leaps into the air, leaving her shoes behind. Rosachu's thoughts. I am the power. I am the warrior. I am the almighty woman. True to all of my gender, I will overpower any evil or good man who defies us, and make Hum succumb to our will. I have the almighty uterus. That makes me strong and super powerful enough to protect the loved ones within me until they emerge to their glorious birth. By my ferocious will, I shall punish he who has defiled my people with the worst unnatural addition ever by this one's heinous hand. I am woman, Rosachu screams. Hear me roar. Roar, 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 she screams as she looms menacingly over Jason's head. Completely nude, she hits Jason crotch first in the face and wraps her legs around his neck and her tail around his back. Horrified, Jason makes no move to defend himself, as Rosachu sneers with a sadistic smile on her face. She plants her fingers into Jason's exposed scalp and rips into the flesh of his head. Like a crazed demon, she gleefully bites down on the wound she has created and releases a titanic surge of electrical power. Whoa, thinks Sonichu, observing the carnage from afar. Jason collapses, his true face revealed. I should be dead, he thinks, lying on the floor with blood pouring from his head. But dark forces keep me alive. What a show! Landing at Sonichu's feet, Rosachu collapses in exhaustion. Rosachu, are you okay? Asks Sonichu. Sigh. I'll be okay, says Rosachu. I just need to recover. Here are your clothes, says Sonichu. I will wait for you. 2 minutes later, wow, says Sonichu. Rosie, I never thought you could be so strong. You even had me going. Wow. Yeah, great. Thank you, Sweetbolt, says Rosachu. What happened? She thinks to herself. I became so angry, and I transformed into some monster? It took over me, like some primal instincts. I couldn't control it. I hope this thing doesn't emerge again. No worries, says Sonichu. We'll get you home, and you can rest for a while. You were awesome. Reaching the floor, Wild swings up to the ceiling of the first floor and makes his way to the exit. 2 minutes later, Sonichu and Rosachu exit the Force End Garbage Magazine building and meet Wild outside. Wild, says Sonichu. Glad to see you safe. Did you find the crystal? Yes, says Wild. I got it. I had to hide their power within my arms. I'll release them when I give them to Patty-chan. Well, I'm afraid our mission was not a success, says Rosachu. That Jason K. Howell is a real jerk. I guess all we can do is pray for his downfall. Well, let's get back to Quickbill, says Sonichu. Magi-chan? I read you all, Sonichu, says Magi-chan via telepathy. I shall teleport you three back to Quickbill now. Later, in the Quickbill mayor's office, Allison Amber, Chris's secretary, is bogged down in paperwork. Sigh. Sign that, deny this, approve that, she says. I shouldn't have left Hollywood. Inside Chris's mayoral conference room, Patty and Magi-chan meet with Wild. You have the crystals, says Magi-chan. Yes, says Wild. Holding out his hands, he thinks. Legendary crystals, hear my call. Reveal your powers from my arms' hallowed halls. The purple and blue Sonichu balls reappear in Wild's hands, and he places them onto the display with the other two. Well, says Patty, with my master in possession of 2 of the crystals, there's only one left for us to collect. Come back soon, Master. And